has anyone done the more than words chant yet? No? So when I say more than, you say words. More than? Words. More than? Words. Okay, I love the energy. Okay. Hello, my name is Androlino. I'm a partner at More Than Words. I started working here 6 months ago. More Than Words empowers youth to take charge of their lives by taking charge of a business. All of us here are between 16 and 24, and we are in foster care, court-involved, homeless, or in the Department of Mental Health, or out of school. Before More Than Words, I was looking for a job. I was having a hard time at school, and I needed more financial stability. One of my classmates who worked at More Than Words encouraged me to apply. When I heard it was a bookstore, I thought, who, me working at a bookstore? Nah. But after a while, I gave it a try, and look at me now. I'm a partner here presenting our business to you. Everyone here is so friendly and willing to help you with everything you need. And it's a pretty cool place to work. At More Than Words, we have 2 jobs. We have the business job and we have the U job. One of the business job, we go out in trucks and sort 4 million books and sell them online and in the store. And we run events and more. Our staff generates $3 million in revenue every year. Through the business job, we learn customer service and as well as how to be respectful, professional. My favorite part of the business job is the store shift, where I get to network with all kinds of people. On the U job, we get paid to work on ourselves. In the youth development, we have time to work on our personal goals, and like finding housing or creating a resume. We also have curriculum sessions on topics such as financial literacy. With the support of my youth development manager, John, I was able to complete my GED. My goal after More Than Words is to get a job in the construction industry. I'm currently working with the Career Service Department to apply for Benjamin Franklin Institute of Technology to get my degree in construction management. My experience at More Than Words has been great. Everyone is so friendly and willing to help you at any cost. Everyone here is for you. We are a family. To support More Than Words, please stick around and shop in our store. There's a tour available after everything is done, and and we also encourage you to come back this Saturday for our holiday feast featuring local vendors, and again on December 7th and on the 8th for our half-off sale. We are honored to host Mayor Walsh and all of you here today, and thank you for joining us, and enjoy our space.
What a great job. Thank you and welcome. Thank you to More Than Words for hosting us. Very innovative program. So not only should you shop here, but you should bring friends and family here as well. And maybe Saturday is the half off sale, but today is the 20% off sale. Plus you get to see all your company and friends. So that's priceless. So shop today. A couple of things I want to recognize. Drew Smith, who's the City of Boston Treasurer, who's also with the Neighborhoods Jobs Trust. Drew, you can raise your hands. Also Margaret Dyson, who's also with the Trust. She's a Trust Manager and also with the City of Boston. Councilor Anissa Asabi George, who's right there. Thank you for coming. Director Golden Bryan is also here. More Than Words team, CEO Jody Rosenbaum. I think you could. Hi, Jody. Courtney Brown, who put together today's event. Thank you so much. And a big shout out to our Office of Workforce Development staff, Katie Gall, Alex Gray, and Peggy Watson, and all of our volunteers to make something like this happen, particularly before Thanksgiving. Thank you for your commitment and your hard work. We really appreciate it from the City of Boston. My name is Trin Nguyen, and I'm the Director of the Mayor's Office of Workforce Development. I have the pleasure of serving the administration. Congratulations to all the community partners who are receiving our grants from the fiscal year 2019 all the way over to 2020 through the Neighborhoods Jobs Trust. As you know, the Neighborhoods Jobs Trust is an innovative policy tool in which the city leverages development throughout the City of Boston and receives a fee payment structure by way of the linkage law. So when developments are happening throughout the city, a portion of the wealth is then redistributed throughout the neighborhoods to ensure that equity is being delivered. Since Mayor Walsh came into office in January of 2014, we were able to collect $14.6 million towards the neighborhood's jobs trust. And every single penny, and trust me, you can ask all the staff, all the city workers, every single penny is out there in the community in a transparent, accountable way. That's what Mayor Walsh ordered us to do, and that's what we're continuing to do every single day. Not only do we get those funds out there to the community, but we leverage additional funds from the feds, the city, and the staff as well. And we provide these grants to competitive workforce training programs that provide post-secondary education and career pathways to Boston residents as well. So it's not just a job that we're looking for. It's a quality job that pays livable wages and employer benefits and dignity for residents and people to live and work throughout the city. And no one champions that more and provides us daily orders than Mayor Walsh. I have the privilege of introducing our mayor, Mayor Walsh. Great. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Trin, and it's so exciting to be here today. Let me thank Trin and her shop for the great work they do. I want to thank City Councilor Frank Baker. I know he's here. I saw him outside. Where are you, Frank? Frank's the representative on the Jobs Trust from the City Council, and you know, when the spot opened up, Frank wanted to be on it because his whole life is about creating opportunities, and I want to thank Frank for the great work he's done. Anisha Sabi George as well for her great work. Drew and Treasury, thank you very much for what you do. Everyone here at More Than Words, you guys are awesome. That's for me. Thank you very much. I love it. I love my swag. And I see a sweatshirt, a t-shirt in there, and I love it. And I have my More Than Words 617 t-shirt that I wear all the time, and I love it. This is a special place. Those of you that, I know I look around the room, and most of you that are here know this incredible organization. But the young people here are amazing. They're entrepreneurs, and they have amazing stories. They have amazing backstories of their life. And pushing forward, and they have amazing stories running this great organization. The young people that you see here with the name tags on who work here, they run the bookstore. They stock the shelves. They put barcodes on. They keep track of the stock that's here. They sell the product. There's a whole backroom operation that you don't see here today that's amazing. And I want to commend the young people. How about we give them a round of applause for the great work that they do. My first time in here was probably about 5 years ago, I think, maybe a little longer. It was before the storefront was open, and I was blown away by the stories, inspirational stories of all of you. And I want you to remember that. We all, I say it a lot, we all have a story. Our lives are a book, and it's never complete. And sometimes our lives are a whole like encyclopedia where there's 20, 30 books. And sometimes our life is one book, but our life is never complete, and it's always about moving forward. So I'm so proud of you all. And I'm also congratulating you being the first-time recipient of this funding. And that's something that is exciting to me here in the city. I want to congratulate all the recipients that are here from the Neighborhood Job Trust funding. That's incredible work that you do lifting residents and families. You know, some of the money that's going to be spent today is going to be providing and teaching English classes. As you all know, you don't know, 28% of the people that live in our city come from another country. We are an immigrant city. If you look in the school department, 1/3 of the kids that are in our schools in Boston, English is not the primary language at home. It's a different language, and so the money is going to go to help teach English classes. It's going to be about in industry training, skills for residents, and helping people be able to get on their feet and to be able to continue to moving on with their life. As I talk about the idea of a book, many lives aren't complete. It's a book, and it's constantly changing and evolving and moving forward and bettering yourself. This funding is going to reach more Bostonians and is going to have an even wider impact. Trin talked about the money. Where the money comes from, it's linkage from fees from developers. So when we see the cranes and see the development in the city of Boston, the beauty that comes out of that is money for job training and money for affordable housing. And when you think about what we've done in the city over the last 5 years with affordable housing, 20% of all of our housing stock has been low-income, deed-restricted housing. So we're creating opportunities for low-income housing so folks can help get them into the middle class. And we want to make sure people have a home. When I walked in, a couple of young people grabbed me about what are we doing about housing for young people? And the other day, we just partnered with Bridge Over Troubled Waters to create 157 units, I believe, of housing to create opportunities to end youth homelessness in the city of Boston. We have roughly 325 young people on our streets that live on the streets of Boston. And we're going to get about half of those kids off the street, and we're working to get the other half off the street. But that's not simply enough. It's about how do we get programs like this, linkage, to create job training programs. This place we're in today is a very special place. We need to replicate more than words all over the city of Boston to give other people the ability and the skills that they need to be able to get back on their feet. So as we move forward, they can really do amazing things with their life. This growth that we're seeing in the city is making sure that everyone is benefiting from the growth. So when we think about how does a crane in downtown Boston equate to me? What is that crane doing for me? And what we're doing with that crane is that money that's coming from those developments is going right back into the streets, right back into communities, right back into great organizations. Many of you are in this room that have done this work for a long time. And we want to continue to support you in your efforts because you truly are the ones that are doing the work on the ground every day to help everyone in the city of Boston to be able to lift up. Employers are seeking talented candidates, and that's something that's important. So all the employers that are coming to our city, we need to make sure that the young people and people in Boston are prepared for those jobs, so those jobs aren't filled by people that don't live in the city of Boston, that there are opportunities for everyone. The Neighborhood Job Trust brings it all together. This is good for employers and good for employees. The Neighborhood Job Trust is an important part of our city's workforce policy. It builds careers and pathways into the middle class. It also provides opportunity for job skills and jobs training, and our tuition-free community college program, something that's really important. This young man right here is going to Bunker Hill Community College. He was telling me on the way in, I went to Quincy Junior College when I graduated high school. I didn't get into the schools I wanted to go into, so I went to Quincy Junior College. And I realized that when I was in there, it was a different world for me, and I realized that I could actually do the work. And it's an opportunity for me to be able to do that. Again, it's about learning from the people before us. That's important to us. Our goal is to create 20,000 new good-paying jobs for residents of Boston by 2020. It's a program called Boston Hires. Today, we're releasing our impact statement. It shows that more than 2,000 residents have benefited from the program between 2017 and 2018. More than 75% of newly employed graduates of job training programs are earning benefits. So it's not just simply about earning a paycheck, it's about making sure that you have benefits to go with that paycheck, health insurance, and moving towards a pension. And their average wage represents an average 46% increase in income. So the program that we created a couple of years ago was to create opportunities for people to make more money and to be able to, actually the number's 2022. It's by 2022, not by 2020. So I scared Trent a little bit there. We also just signed a home rule petition that gives us greater flexibility in adjusting linkage payments and guidelines. It would help keep pace with the market so we can continue to leverage our city's growth. What does that mean? That means more money into the fund. That means more money out to the community. That means more money to nonprofits. That means more money to job training programs. That's what our goal is here, and to continue to do that. We're also moving forward with our partners in the legislative to pass it on a statewide level. State Representative Kevin Honan, chair of the Housing Committee in from the Boston delegation, is working to help us to be able to get some legislation at the State House to be able to increase our linkage, increase our linkage payments to the city of Boston, so we can do more of that. The work that we're doing here today, all of us collectively in our own little worlds, is about strengthening and expanding the middle class. We want to continue to look for the tools and the resources to create more opportunities for families. We're going to continue to connect residents to jobs that pay a living wage and provide much needed benefits. I want to give a shout out to local Jamie McNeil from Local 26 is here. Thank you, Jamie, who's fighting to make sure they had a proposal when they were fighting for a contract in downtown. Just one job is enough. People shouldn't have to work 5 and 6 jobs to earn a living. And I want to thank Jamie and Local 26 for the great work they do. Brian Golden, the director of our Boston Planning and Development Agency, I want to thank Brian. And Brian's agency is responsible when developments come in. How do we make sure that these developments actually reflect our community? How do we make sure that the housing has affordability part of it? How do we make sure that there's money for job training? How do we make sure that these jobs that are being created in the city of Boston are jobs for everyone, not just a few people? Because that's things that we have to do. We need to do this as a partnership. We need to continue to make sure that everyone in our city has a chance for a better, stronger life, both for themselves and for their families. Again, I want to end by congratulating all the recipients of this year's Neighborhood Job Trust funding. Thank you, most importantly, for your dedication in helping all of the people that you work with every day reach their fullest potential. I want to thank you for helping us build a strong workforce of today and tomorrow. And before I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, I want to thank More Than Words again for the great opportunity, not just being here today, but every time I come to this shop, there's something special happening here. I was here a few months ago in the back room. We had a meeting about the opioid crisis and what's happening in Melnina and Mass Ave, and about addiction and what's happening. This organization is a central part to our city for such an important partnership in our city in so many different ways. To all the staff that works here behind the counter, thank you. To all the people here, before you leave today, you heard Train, 20% off books, and if you want to come back on the weekend, 50% off books. There's a lot of books here that we can get educated on. And to all of you, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And before we have Councilor Baker speak, I want to just introduce a BEST graduate who's part of our grantee community partner and the investment that went into the community. Gregory Alpont is now an employee of the Boston Park Plaza. Thank you, Gregory.
My name is Gregory Alpont, and I am honored to be here today. I was a biology teacher in Haiti. In January 2010, there was a terrible earthquake. It disrupted my life and took the lives of many people who were close to me. 8 years later, I was finally able to make it to Boston. And I am very grateful. When I arrived, I felt lost and stressed. I had watched a lot of movies about United States. But when you get here, it's different. I didn't speak English, and I was used to being independent. I couldn't get a job. But here I am today as proud Boston Park Plaza houseman and a local 26 apprentice. I want to share with you a few things that helped me get where I am today. First, I studied English at ABCD in Mattapan. They told me about BEST training program. I learned that the city of Boston provided funding for these classes leading to good jobs. I started the BEST program. Second, I watched a YouTube video where Denzel Washington was giving a graduation speech. He said, when someone tells you you can't do it, you have to reset your mind. You have to push yourself. Denzel said he was shy when he was young, but he focused on his goal in life. I remember his message. Third, one of teachers at BEST said, when you give a positive action, you receive positivity back. I heard this, and I said to myself, okay, that's the way I want to be. Another day in the BEST class, the guest speaker said, when you smile, you give positivity. But when you frown, it doesn't encourage people to talk to you. If you want to be a good houseman, you have to smile every day. Your body language is very important, very important. The reason that I couldn't get a job before is I didn't know the process. Now, I can do an interview. I know how to introduce myself, how to talk about myself, how to ask questions. I now have a resume. I met Tara from the Park Plaza at Best Job Fair. She introduced me David McLean, the executive director of the housekeeping. They hired me, and that changed my life. I'm very proud to work in one of greatest hotel in Boston. It's very beautiful. People inside the hotel help me when I need something. Sometimes, if I make a mistake, they tell me, don't do that. And they teach me. I've met a lot of people from El Salvador, Morocco, America, China, every country. After my shift ends, I never go home quickly. I sit in the cafeteria to talk to people. and I try to learn. I consider my hotel as my second home. I have learned that in America, your relationships with people are most important thing. That people are more valuable than material things. And now, with my job at Park Plaza, I have the most important thing. I saw a sign in the basement of the hotel. It say, I am a brand ambassador when I am the guest area. I read this and I was happy. I am that ambassador. Sometimes they ask me to be a runner at the Park Plaza. For example, if the guest needs something, for example, shampoo, I bring it to him. I remember one day, I took a coffee maker to a guest. The guest said, "You're very patient. What's your name?" I said, "Gregory." He said, "I will remember your name." I said, "Thank you." I'm now a local 26. Thank you, local 26. And as a part of my benefits, I continue to study English at best. Every day I try to challenge myself. I want to continue to learn and work in different positions in the hotel. I love it. Remember I told you that I survived the earthquake in Haiti. Well, that time was very hard. For 8 months afterwards, my family and I slept outside because we were afraid the house might fall on top of us. I never slept well during that time. Now, I don't have any problem sleeping. I work whenever the hotels call me. Different shifts, different jobs. So I go to bed tired and I'm at peace. I want to thank everyone who helped me get here special. Funders like the City of Boston, Neighborhood Job Trust. In my language, I will say, j'espère les autres bénéficient ce programme, tout comme moi bénéficie ce programme. In English, I hope that others benefit from this program, and I have benefited from this program. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gregory. And you know, you don't have to thank us. This is our job. This is what we wake up and do every day. And what you can do is make that commitment to change your lives. And that's what we ask people to do. We take funds and we pay for everything to the best of our ability. So also note that BEST was a competitive awardee because they also offered 4 English language skills in their classes while workers are working. So if you were learning English in the ESL 2 or 3, you're still working and you're able to learn and train on the job as well. So thank you, BEST, for that model. Also want to introduce Councilor Frank Baker, who is a trustee of the Neighborhood Jobs Trust. And Councilor Baker has been a big warrior and advocate of quality jobs for our residents and throughout our neighborhood. So thank you, Councilor.
Thank you, Trin. I will be brief. Good morning, everybody. I first would just like to thank Mayor Walsh for his infinite wisdom to appoint me to the Jobs Trust. No, but also for his commitment to job training and pathways for people, especially young people. It means a lot to the city. As we build and grow, like he spoke about, it's very important for people to be able to feel like they're part of what's going on in Boston. I also want to thank Trin. Trin has been a pleasure to work with. She makes it easy on all of us. We know exactly what's going on, exactly where the money is. So Trin, you've been great to work with. I'd like to thank the other members of the Job Trust. Drew, I see you back there. All been very good to work with, and these are the type of commitment, the type of people that we have in the city now, people that really care about making sure that there's things happening in the city for everybody. I got the chance to speak to Jody a bit today. Jody, wonderful program here. That this program is not just job training, it's a safe space to be in. It's a consistent safe space for people to be in, especially young people. And I would also like to congratulate More Than Words on their first time, getting a little bit of money. next year, maybe it'll be a little more, and then the year after that, maybe a little more after that. But thank you for having me here today. It's a pleasure to speak, and also congratulations to everybody who were able to get a little bit of money from the city today. Thank you.
It's definitely not chunk change. It was 1.3 million in total awards, and there's so much more that we need to do as well. I just also want to recognize Chief Jerome Smith, who's here, who's the Chief of Community Engagement. He's probably looking at books and read. Oh, there you go, James. Thank you. And in closing, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving. And then also, please don't leave. Buy something here. It's 20% off. Plus, you have great faces. You have the mayor. You have everybody here as well. And there's also a tour. More Than Words staff is kind enough to take their time out to provide you with a tour upstairs, how the books are received, distributed, and get to meet all the great staff. So please stay and enjoy. Thank you for coming, and congratulations.
Okay. If you're interested in the tour, also, you can meet with us in 5 minutes by the children's section.
Professional one first. Thank you.